Look at can you see the cat sleeping right here? That's a cat. That's his little paw.
Oh, I see the ball. Oh, he moved it. Hey, adventurers, welcome to Let's Just Go podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kayla. And this week we're talking to you all about one of my favorite Walt Disney World resorts, and that is Wilderness Lodge.
Is it your favorite because it's themed to the Pacific Northwest National Park?
No, it's my favorite because I used to work there.
Is that when you got fired?
No, that was at Disneyland. God. Get it together, Chris.
Well,
and I didn't get fired. I got asked to leave the Disney College program. My job was fine, and that's how I was able to come back and do 2 more college programs. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a series we're doing about all of...
Not about Kayla's life decisions.
Not about... No, we've had an episode about a college program. You're welcome to go listen to it. We'll probably do more at some point because I got stories for days. But... This is specifically a series that we're doing about all of the resorts at Walt Disney World to help you be more informed for your next trip.
And you love the Wilderness Lodge because you worked there, but it has, for me, it's always the resort where I'm like, I don't really want to stay there. And then I get there and I'm like, I love it here. It's so amazing.
I will say I've never stayed there. So
it feels, for me, the draw of like a national park, like a National Park Lodge is not a huge draw. Like I picture like a Colorado like ski lodge of sorts, and I'm just like, but it's so close to Magic Kingdom and yet so quiet and off the beaten path that it is a great option. It's also pretty condensed considering its size. So everything is relatively close. The pool, you're on a lake, so you have some beautiful scenery. You have access to a boat to Magic Kingdom. You have a boat to Contemporary, which you can then quickly get on the monorail if you want to access other resort restaurants. And you have a boat to Fort Wilderness in case you want to go over there and maybe get dinner at the Hoop-to-Doo Review or something.
Love Hoop-to-Doo.
I know. So the Wilderness Lodge, close, small. Here's my winning piece. Well, 2 things. One, it's in the Magic Kingdom area, but it's significantly less expensive than any of the 3 resorts that are on the monorail. In part, though, here's why. The standard hotel room does only sleep 4 people. So it doesn't have that extra couch. So similar to Animal Kingdom Lodge, the room's a little bit smaller, but you're paying far less than staying at the Grand Floridian, the Polynesian, or the Contemporary. So partially that's amazing to be that close to that Magic Kingdom, but you do have partial view of fireworks from the shoreline of the lake, and they pump the music through. You don't see the castle, but they pump the music through. And so for me, if I can get a casual viewing of the fireworks without 1 billion people standing shoulder to shoulder, sign me up. Sign me up.
I will say my favorite thing about Wilderness Lodge, other than the fact that I worked there, is that you literally do not feel like you're at Walt Disney World.
No.
You feel like you are in a completely different place. And then you see Mickey Mouse and you see people wearing shirts that are clearly Disney themed. And like there are signs that you're at Disney World, but it doesn't feel like it. You walk into this very, very grand lobby. It's funny. I was actually at Mount Rainier National Park a few months ago, and we walked in. They have a lodge at the national park, and we walked into it because there's a gift shop inside, and we wanted to check it out. And I like made the joke of like, oh my gosh, are we at Wilderness Lodge? Ha 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 ha. Like it's a very small, like Wilderness Lodge is very grand, and this is like a lodge at a mountain. Like it's a little different. But I definitely felt like, oh, this is where they got their inspiration, which is the case. That is where they got their inspiration. But there's just something about it. And like, I got to tell you, Wilderness Lodge at Christmas, oh my God, it is.
It's the best one.
It looks like they literally cut down a pine tree outside. That's not the there's not pine trees outside of Wilderness Lodge. It looks like they cut down a pine tree, brought it inside, and, like,
Decorative.
decorated
Yeah,
it.
they have the big
Oh,
hearth
so
fireplace in the lobby
yes.
with the rocking chairs in front. It
They've
is
got
it is
their little tiny creek that,
yeah,
like, feeds into the pool. Like, it's just the vibes are immaculate at Wilderness Lodge, honestly.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Um, you have room-wise, so you have those hotel rooms we talked about. You do have villas. They have 2 different sections of villas, which is a little confusing to the unknowing, but they have the Copper Creek villas and the Boulder Ridge villas. And then they actually have cabins along the lake, which are considered more like they're more like 2-bedroom villas, but,
They're
and
fancy.
they are fancy, and they do have 3-bedroom villas as well. They
Yeah.
also have club level access if you're booking a club level lounge room, um, and then suites as well. But you worked in, so let's talk about the food there. You worked in
I worked in
um,
food and beverage. I worked at Roaring Fork.
Roaring Fork, their quick
Yeah.
service.
Yeah. One of 2 quick service locations. So, in the time since I left, they opened Geyser Point, which is, where the pool bar used to be. And I've never dined there, but my understanding from my friends who still work there is that it's both quick service and table service depending on the time of day that you're there.
Yeah, I think it's both. I think it's both most of the time. So when you walk up, they almost have like a snack bar ordering scene going
Okay.
on where you
Yeah.
can fill your mugs with refillable soda. And
Mhm.
that's almost
Mhm.
separate from the actual main bar, which has
Oh,
total lounge seating with like you're seated with a waiter. You can order from the same menu items, but one's more to go and one's, yeah, seated.
okay.
So
That makes
it's
sense.
sort of quick service ish, but not.
Yeah.
It's, yeah. Geyser
Yeah.
Point, I mean, probably one of the best. It's open air
Mhm.
lounge venue, bar venue, and it's right on the lake. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a great spot, but I gotta be honest with you, I think Whispering Canyon is fantastic. So, Whispering Canyon is the casual sit down at the, hotel, and it is all you care to eat. We don't call it all you can eat at Disney, we call it all you care to eat, and it's barbecue, and I think it's really well done. Don't ask for ketchup, you will regret it. Just know that you've been forewarned.
or straws,
Or
or
straws.
it's a lot of fun for kids, right? I mean, it's a lot of
Yeah,
fun in general, right? You're getting that smoky
yeah,
barbecue food um, and the as Kayla's alluding to, the waiters and waitresses are the servers are in on the act, right? They're
yeah, yeah,
part
they're
of the
fun.
fun.
Yeah,
So it definitely keeps the kids engaged. It's fun for the adults. Good food. I love their lounge space by Artist Point. So I love their
mhm,
signature restaurant, Artist Point, which is a unique place. I loved it before they rethemed it.
same.
Loved
Yeah.
it.
I haven't been since it's been rethemed.
So it's now a character meal. It's only at dinner time, and you can meet Snow White, the Evil Queen,
And a couple of dwarves, right?
Doc. Yeah, I mean Dopey and Grumpy, I believe.
Okay. I was gonna say
So
sleepy, but grumpy definitely sounds right.
so I'm pretty. It's those four. I've been a few times. The apps and the desserts are served family style, so it's unique. I think it's pretty refined for a character meal. It feels a little more upscale for a character meal. It's not that buffet
You know what
chaos.
it reminds me of? The princess dining at Disneyland. I feel like they're very similar. And not I haven't done either one, but just, like, what I know of it where it's, like, yeah, the family style, like, elevated apps,
It's definitely, yeah. It's definitely
elevated
elevated.
desserts. Yeah.
It doesn't feel like Chef Mickey's where this is chaos completely. You know, the entire time buffet, people
Yeah.
are up walking around like it's not. It is not that.
It's also very niche characters. Like,
It is
you think about going to a character meal, and it's usually either the Fab Five or princesses. That's really when you think about
for the most part.
character dining across any Disney property, that's usually what you're getting with some outliers there. But this is such an like, it's the only character dining I can think of where you meet a villain,
It is.
first of all.
It is the only one.
Yeah,
A villain and a princess,
and a
and
princess.
you know,
Some sidekicks.
some sidekicks. Yeah. I love that place, but I think you have lots of options for food, right? Size wise, you're coming
Mhm,
in around total rooms around 1,100, a little over 1,100 rooms. So
mhm.
it's pretty big. Um,
Oh,
we talked about the transportation. You are taking that boat to Magic Kingdom or a bus to everywhere else, right? So it's not
mhm.
perfect for that. But as Kayla mentioned, maybe you're going to rent a car. Maybe you don't need car seats and you can Uber and things. So you can, decide
Yeah.
from that the best way to get there. But
But if you're looking to sort of, like, escape the parks, like, I know that in this series, we're talking about all of the different things that are offered by the different resorts, and I think that for Wilderness Lodge, the really big selling point is, like, if you're someone who wants to be able to just, like, breathe, you can do that. Like, it's not you're not feeling overwhelmed. I think about Epcot Resort area, and people can just walk out of the back of Epcot and, like, wander into a hotel, and, like, they're suddenly taking up space that, like, in the lobby and things, and you really don't get that at Wilderness Lodge
mm-mm.
because you have to be very intentional about going there. I tried to take Brian there when we went a couple of years ago, and we were, like, running short on time, and it was literally, like, we got off the bus and immediately got back on the bus. Like, it's not an easy spot, and you can't just, like, pull up in a car and be like, "I just wanted to take a look around." Like, you have to have a dining reservation for them to let you in if you're in a vehicle. So, like, you have to be intentional about going there if you're not staying there, and because of that, I think it is a very unique property that is not overrun by all of the random people just wanting to check it out.
I would agree with that. I would agree. I don't have anything bad to say outside of the room. If you're a family of five, it's not necessarily going to
Yeah.
work. Um,
Yeah.
but if you, it's perfect for what you just mentioned. It's perfect if you want to be close to Magic Kingdom but don't want to pay monorail resort pricing. Um, it's perfect. There's really not any bad thing to say
Yeah.
about it. Lots of activities. The pool's great. It's centrally
Mhm.
located. There's a splash area for the kids so that they can, if you have little ones, they can enjoy that.
There's a geyser.
There
There's a
is a
literal
geyser. There's an
geyser.
actual
It's not
geyser.
real, but,
It looks
you
real.
know, it looks real, and I mean, it goes off like a regular old geyser would.
Yeah,
That's why it's called Geyser Point.
that is it.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
if you stayed here, I can't see you hating it, and
no.
there's really nothing bad to say about it.
I also hear that their club level food is some of the best in the business.
So that's one of the ones I've never stayed at. One of the
I
few
haven't
club
either.
levels I've
Yeah.
never seen. We'll have to go. Let's
I
go.
was gonna say that'll be our next trip,
Yeah,
obviously. Let's just go, Chris.
let's just do it.
Let's just go.
Get your credit
Man,
card out. We're doing it.
if you are looking for a deluxe resort that has a lower barrier to entry, that is gonna get you close to Magic Kingdom, I think that this is a great spot for you, and if it doesn't sound like the right fit, that's okay. We've got many more episodes of this series, so keep listening. You'll find one, I promise. And until next time, let's just go.